Alright, today we're going to be working on a Makita BV17. This is primarily used in your solar fields for your 1/2-inch bomb tails and your M12 bobtails. We're going to be installing a Huck 99BT-M12-IRBV-X nose, which can be used on both bombtail and M12s. First thing we're going to do is we use a little bit of lithium grease. You can get this at your regular Home Depot. I like to put a little bit of this on these threads. Just a little bit. One thing you will notice that there are indentions on this, and those indentions are for this ball to rest into. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this nose on and we're going to screw it all the way down to the very bottom. This is referred to as the puller cap. This is going to be your jaw. We're going to run this all the way down, and once it gets about 3/4 of the way down, it gets a little tough, so just grab it, spin it, and we're going to run it all the way down to the very bottom. And we're not going to tighten it. What we're going to do is we're going to back it up. So here's our ball right here. We're going to back it up and put our finger on here until this thing falls into our first groove, which is right there. So the ball fell in the groove. I feel it's flat. So if we, let's just say we tighten it down and the ball's not in the groove, this right here is to prevent this cap from coming loose. You can't get this sleeve on. So we want it to fall into the groove, just like that. And this will slide right on. Okay? Now you can't see that ball. It's gone. So if you put this cap on, it's all the way down and the ball's out, the cap will still unscrew. Therefore, everything will start to fall apart during the day. Now when it comes to removing this, sometimes this gets a little nasty and stuck in there if you don't clean it. And I usually put a little bit of lithium on this as well. You can use the tool to help you. So I'll pull the trigger, this is going to recess down, and now I'm going to grab this and try and wiggle it out. And it's going to help it push itself out. So I'll let it go all the way down. And let's just say this is stuck, right? So now when I let go, we're going to move this, and this is going to help push this out. Luckily this one isn't very bad. I can move this and it'll walk itself out. Just something to help you later on down the road if this gets stuck, okay? So then I always take the tool, set it on its back, take this, be careful here, there is a pinch point, so if you hit this down, keep your hands out of here. Try to hold this part right here, grab a little mallet, give it a little tap, and then we're going to thread it down. The other thing I like to do is, I don't like to thread this all the way down. I like to back it up just a little bit, but when you do that, you got to make sure, I always have a rivet with me, that this will still go in all the way. So if I go up too high, now I can't get the rivet in there. I make sure it's down just enough to where now I can get the rivet in there, and it's free, okay? And the only reason I do this is if this gets stuck, I can go down or I can go up to help try and break it free. So once you set your depth where you like it, you're just going to take this lock nut and tighten it on there. I usually like to set it like this and grab 2 wrenches and tighten it down. Okay, 2 big adjustables. This is a 1-inch, I believe, 1.5 inches, and this is like 1 3/4 inches. So 2 good size adjustables can make your life a lot easier. So daily on cleaning, we recommend you take this off every single day. So you'll break that nut loose, you'll unscrew this, pop this off. Inside of here, if this thing's been dropped in the dirt or anything, there is parts of oil in here because you have some lithium here. You try to put lithium here, this gets sticky. Wipe this out. All you need is a rag, A little bit of brake clean goes a very long way with cleaning these. And then we also like to use a little bit of air. So we'll clean it, hit it with a little bit of air, blow everything out of it, set it off to the side. This right here will get nasty with, hopefully not with tailings. If you start seeing a lot of metal in here from the rivet itself, then we need to start doing some adjustments on the tool. The other thing that you'll never notice is the guys will tell you it's not pulling. This jaw will wear out, and it's very hard to tell if it is wore out by the naked eye. It's just a feel kind of thing. Let's see what it does. Let's do some testing. You got to kind of watch it and then judge it too. So if you're getting a week and a half out of a tool that's been running 8 hours a day in a field out of one puller jaw, you're doing pretty good. If you're getting 2 days out of it and it's messed up, then the odds of the material of the puller being bad is slim to none. It's probably because the gun is turned up too high, and it's constantly popping and pulling, which is going to wear the jaw out instantaneously. You will notice, like I said, if you start seeing a lot of shavings, that's your issue right there. That's where I would start right off the bat. And if you do got to change this, you just got to pull this sleeve up. This one's a little tight. But get that sleeve off. Like I said, undo this, put it back, pop this jaw out, put the new one back in, put everything back together. I will say that if you are working on a steel bench like we do here in our shop, to be very mindful and careful with this thread right here. This metal is not very solid, it's pretty soft. And if you do something like this or whatever, you're gonna ding this up and you're gonna mess the thread up. We go to Home Depot, we have a square tiny file, and we file these to get them to work if you have that issue, okay? If you don't, like I said, if you're mindful, you won't have to worry about it. These will go right back on, and then you can continue about your day. So back to setting this, if this is not all the way down, now you got all this play right here. Over time, what's going to happen is if this thing doesn't start to walk out because it is above the sleeve that's supposed to hold it down and keep it in its spot, this cap will break in half. So it is a common thing. It happens a lot because people don't maintain their tool the proper way and run this down. If you do need those and you break them, we carry them here at Sunbelt Rentals. Same with any of the parts, any of the consumables, parts for these, we carry all those parts. Internal parts, casings. If you need it, we got it. We're authorized distributor. So I'll put this all the way back down. Slide that back on. And we're going to put this back on. So once we do all that, we'll get this set. Boom. Tighten it down, let it run to the field. Good to go. If you have any questions or concerns, leave a comment in the page. You can give me a call at 904-629-9136 with Sunbelt Rental Solar Solutions. If I don't answer, just shoot me a text and we'll get you squared away. Thank you.